And Election Day now 1 week away. WHS 11's Grace McKenna today is breaking down the anticipated turnout for this year's election. And Grace, the midterms do typically see fewer voters than the presidential years. So what about the impact of the amendments and the other issues we have here in Kentucky?
Sure, Doug. Yeah, well, typically that is the conventional wisdom, but the experts I spoke to today say with the midterms, there are a lot of attention-grabbing topics that could end up pushing that turnout. We know already 46,000 Kentuckians have voted. That's not an insignificant number since no excuse early voting hasn't started. Secretary of State Michael Adams described the ballot as a barbell. There are high-interest races at the top and at the bottom. Sitting at the bottom, like you mentioned, those two constitutional amendments, including Amendment 2 on abortion. How voters decide the issue and how many come to the polls for it could tell us a lot about the Kentucky voter.
When it comes to women's reproductive freedoms, whether or not they believe that the voters believe that the Republicans have gone a step too far as it relates to retracting one's rights.
From what we're hearing, people, while there is a contingent that is obviously very passionate about the Amendment 2 issue, we believe what's really going to drive people to the polls is inflation and crime.
That was Louisville GOP Executive Director Malcolm Hamming, who believes local races and pocketbook issues will be a deciding factor. David Tandy, a former Metro Council president, analyst, and lawyer, tells me typically races like Senate and Congress at the top of the ballot do drive midterm turnout. So, Doug, while both of the folks we spoke to today do anticipate turnout to be at least somewhat driven by Amendment 2, they did really lean into some of these other races like the Senate, like Congress, even the mayor's race.
You're right, exactly. You get more people coming out because of the amendment issues. That could certainly impact a tight mayor's race, which, you know, there's been no polling, so we really don't know where we stand on that 1 week out.
Yep, so we'll see you in a week.
All right. Thank you very much, Grace.